Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be going over some of the best early game money making methods to tell you which one is the best. So this is for all the broke people out there, the homeless guys. Sorry if you are one of them, but hey, at least you have a way to make money now. So I'm going to be going over 4 different methods you can use to make a bunch of money, and be rating all of them on what gear you need, all that good jazz, alright? But make sure you subscribe, otherwise you'll stay poor forever and you will lose your house. I don't know, man, just subscribe, alright? Now, what money-making methods are we going to be going over? Now, with the end update, a lot of money-making methods have come up for early game players. So every single money-making method I'm going to be going over can be done with less than 20 million coins, and I'm going to be doing them with less than 20 million coins. However, of course, you can optimize it by spending more than 20 million coins if you so wish. So, let's get into the first one, which will be located at the end. Alright, so for the first method, we're going to be killing normal Endermen. I know. We're starting off with something that's so racist as killing black things. That's crazy. But no, I'm not racist. However, there's a very specific reason why. With the new end update, they changed a bunch of things, including the drop chance for Ender gear. This includes like Ender helmet, all the armor, and Ender equipment, which they also added. So the drop chances got over doubled. You can see on the screen right now all the changes. It's pretty damn good. However, with this, they also added the key thing of you can no longer put these up on a gauge. However, you can still sell them to an NPC for 10,000 coins per, or you can salvage them for 3 essence and a chance to get some enchanted ender pearls or summoning eye. So now, what gear am I using? Basically speaking, there's only 2 objectives here. Objective 1 is to be able to kill them. The easiest way I've found is with Flower of Truth. However, you can also use like Spirit Scepter or a normal sword if you want to. Flower of Truth is kind of just my go-to one, especially because it only costs you like 2 million coins. Now for the armor, anything works here. I'm personally going to be using Sorrow as it costs under 20 mil when I bought it. Price might have changed a little bit though. But if you don't want to use Sorrow, that's fine. Just use something you can use to actually kill them. And if you are using a pet, have some sort of pet that gives you Magic Find. It can be like a rare griffin for all I care. But you're going to want to optimize Magic Find to its fullest potential. Either way, now that we have all this gear out of the way, let's actually begin, the recording and figure out how much money we're going to be able to make. Alright, so as you can see, I'm starting off with the 0 coins. I'm going to do this for 15 minutes, and I'll cut back and see how much we've done. Alright, so that was just 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and I made 500,000 coins from selling all the different pieces. This includes, like, the Ender Boots, Ender Necklaces, all the stuff that you can just sell for 10,000 coins each. Now, in addition to that, I also have all the stuff on my purse and on me, which really isn't that much, but is still an additional little bit of coins. So we made 525,000 coins in 10 minutes. That's a little over 3 million coins per hour, and it's incredibly easy to do. Quite literally, the only thing you need to do is be able to deal 6,000 damage, and you can make over 3 million coins an hour, which is super good, because there's like no requirements. Quite literally, you don't even have to use a flower tooth. You can use an Aspect of the Dragon if you wish. So you really only need around 1 million coins to do the setup, and you can make 3 million coins per hour, which is actually super good for the other game players. So, now let's go into our next money making method. So for this next one is going to be the shiny blocks. This has been a really good method, and it's just good overall. Only thing you need for this is a decent drill and the Endermite pet. So if you go and Google Endermite pet, we are going to need ourselves one that is higher than epic. So this means legendary or mythic. Either works for you. Pick your poison. The point of this video is to spend less than 20 million coins. I'm going to pick one for 20 million coins or less and then use that one. So this one I can see is a legendary one for 19 million coins, 19.9, which is indeed under 20 mil. Fun fact. Now for the gear, it literally does not matter what you use to mine it. Although I do not recommend mining with your fist, as that's not really a good idea. Your knuckles will get bloodied up, just not a good idea. Now for the armor, the best armor you can possibly use with Endermite Pet is Renowned Superior. However, that is expensive and past our 20 million coins budget for the early game. So use whatever armor you like to. So basically you go around and you mine blocks that look like these, and after you mine it, there's a chance for you to get one of few items. You can get yourself like some enchanted ender pearls, you can get yourself enchanted blocks, you can give yourself mite dens, which give you mite gel. Point is, there is a bunch of different items you can get. If you want to see all the items, you can just look on the graph right now, pause the video. This is the percent chance each item has to drop from obsidian or endstone. So I'm going to drop off my coins, and I'm going to spend 10 minutes doing this, and we'll see how much money we're actually able to make. Alright, so I just finished up the 10 minutes, and boy oh boy, do we get so much stuff. So I got a bunch of the gear because as I was going around, I was also like hyping around and killing these guys. But we got a lot of stuff. Besides that, my inventory is overflowing with everything. So first, let me just bazaar into the cell. You can sell everything in there for 200,000 coins, with the majority of those coins coming from the experience bottles. In addition to that, I can sell my sack for 1,000 coins. I can sell this pair of ender boots for 2,000. I can sell this shrimp. There we go. I can sell this shrimp the fish for 50,000 coins if I wanted to. So it adds up to 750,000 coins, which is actually quite good. This will equate out to around 4.5 to 4.7 million coins per hour, which is actually pretty good. And I didn't get any of the super rare drops. I didn't get any Titanics. I didn't get like the juicy stuff, you know? You feel me? But this is actually a really good method because again, you don't need a whole lot. Granted, you do need an Enderman pet, but if you don't want to start off by buying a high level, you can just buy a low level and level it up. So either way, let's go on to the next early game money making method. Alright, so for the next part, of course, you already know, we gotta use zealots. But not the normal zealots, we're going with the zealot bruisers with 65,000 health. So I'm going to be using myself a frozen scythe with ultimate wise 5, which costs around 10 million coins. And of course, we've got ourselves the armor, which is right here. So the very minimum setup you're going to need is going to be shadow goggles with a specific amount of mana. So if I just put these shadow goggles on, keep in mind they don't have enemy forges or anything, and I travel back to the area. So you can see I'm not doing quite enough damage. I'm doing 60,000 damage without any pet to help. However, if I was to enchant this guy and get it up to 3,000 mana, then it would, actually work. So let me go and enchant it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But as you can see, with the setup currently, I've got shadow goggles with 3/4 wise. I've also got necrotic, and wisdom. With shadow goggles 5-starred, I'm able to one-shot these guys. As we can see, I'm doing just enough damage. That's the setup I would recommend you use. I used myself wither goggles because I had them. But if you use shadow goggles, you can still one-shot the mobs. Now, side note, if you don't want to go down the main setup of like the scythe and Wisemer, there are other setups to go down as well. Particularly, there's going to be two I'm talking about. One, you can also just rock a Flower of Truth Gang. If you do enough damage, it works. Just make sure you have the right armor on, and it actually could work pretty well. Now, besides the Flower of Truth and a Frozen Scythe, you also have, under the 20 million budget, a Juju. Jujus can actually hit Enderman, which is super nice. Not a whole lot of people really think about it, but you can also use Jujus for this if you have that and that's at your disposal. So the 3 setups I recommend use for this is either going to be Flower of Truth, Frozen Scythe, or Juju. Personally, I'm going with Frozen Scythe. That's the easiest and, in my opinion, best, but do whatever you want to do. But if you use Shadow Goggles, you can still one-shot the mobs. And, of course, you already know it, we've got ourselves Zealot to 5. So now let me go and start doing this for 10 minutes in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, that's a little bit sudden, don't you think? I was still going to count that, but I'll cut back as soon as we're done with the 10 minutes. Alright, so with that guy, I think that's going to end it up. We got actually quite a lot of something else. I was actually really impressed. In 10 minutes, we got around 75,000 coins. And 5 summoning ice, which is really, really good. But still, that's pretty ridiculous. I don't know if this was average luck, if it was above average luck, but it's what I got in 10 minutes. So if you do this for an hour, if I had the exact same luck, I would have ended up with around 18 million coins in my purse. Which is actually really, really good. Especially because I don't even have an Enderman. If I was to have a mythic or a legendary Enderman, I think the damage would be a lot, or the math, or the numbers, whatever you want to say, would be a lot higher. Either way though, this method is super, super good as you're able to make 18 million coins per hour, at least I was, without legendary or mythic Enderman. If you have an Enderman, those numbers get jacked up quite a lot, and you can make like 20 to 30 million coins per hour. It is actually pretty ridiculous. Alright, so now for another money-making method. This one is kind of different than the rest of them, and it actually doesn't have anything to do with the end. Thank God, am I right? That's just to do with the Mushroom Desert. If you didn't know, in the Mushroom Desert, they added a new thing called chum fishing, if I could ever find where the hell it is. They added this guy, chum fishing, right? They added him right here, and you can do a bunch of stuff with him. Now for this method, all you need is Movavi shears, and that's literally it. I'm going to be using Young Armor so I can go faster, but the whole point of this is you run around and you find these glowing mushrooms, you break them, and then get 2 glowing mushrooms. You then turn these bad boys into whatever you so wish to make the most money possible, but generally speaking, I find that turning them into empty chum buckets is going to be the best bet, and then selling those chum buckets on EH is, you know, a good idea. As we see, if you look on EH and search up chum, the lowest bin for 33 empty chum buckets is 800,000 coins per. I'm going to do this for 10 minutes and see how much glowing mushrooms we actually get. So, let's do it. Alright, so I just spent 10 minutes fishing on my stuff. Obviously, I don't get any coins from this. I mean, if I break it, I'm not getting coins. But I was able to get around 15,000 coins in just normal mushrooms. And I was able to get 4.5 stacks. Sorry, not in 1 hour, in 10 minutes. And people might have done better than this before. I've seen people get 4 stacks in 6 minutes. But hey, I'm bad. I'm new. Give me a break. But 5 stacks, 10 minutes equates to 30 stacks in an hour. So now keep in mind that it takes 8 glowing mushrooms to get a single chum bucket. So 30 stacks of chum buckets is really just going to get you around 3.75, almost 4 stacks of empty chum buckets. So 4 stacks of empty chum buckets you can sell for 1.5 million coins per, meaning you'll be making 6 million coins per hour by doing this method. However, it's going to cost you 500k in coins to get all these chum buckets, so you're really going to be walking away with around 5.5 million coins an hour, which is still insanely good considering the only thing you need is a pair of shears that have someone's name on it that you can literally buy for 300k. That is insane. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We went over 4 money making methods. We went over killing normal endermen, we went over grinding the geodes or whatever you call them, we then went over the zealot boosters, and then this. So each of these is actually pretty good. All of them made over 3 million coins. However, here's my personal rating from best to worst on what you should do. Very simply, best one, zealot boosters. I'm going to follow that up with this method, followed by the endstone method, followed by the killing the normal zealots method. Here's why. Zealot boosters will make you so much money, especially if you're mythic enderman or legendary enderman. It's actually not okay. They by far make the most money. Followed up with this most recent one. Reason why is it costs literally nothing to pick up, and it makes as much money as the endstone geodes, and more than the killing the normal enderman. Endstone geodes. And third, it's a good money making method. It makes you money, but it costs you some coins. And in final place, we have killing the normal enderman. Doesn't make you nearly enough money for how much coins you have to put in, so I highly recommend doing anything but that. So either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.